Welcome to Hello Kind Soul Podcast, where we raise the vibration of kindness on a global scale. Subscribe to the channel and follow us on all major platforms for your daily reminder to lead with love.
That was beautiful, and even to just go back to what my brother said earlier, he's right. You know, Pops is the source of the connection here, basically like the root of the foundation. You know, speaking to your point as well, you know, being vulnerable and just being authentic. It's just us being, you know, like-minded individuals as well, right? But then this is what can be controversial is we weren't always like this, right? So, you know, Pops played a huge role in each of our lives. Or I've met some of us, you know, in this mind, you know, frame and state we're in now. However, to think about bringing someone else in, do we bring someone else in that has the like mind or someone who actually needs help? Which is what we're, you know, practicing and preaching today. You know, so he's right, though. It could, you know, fuck up a mood because of just how we vibe with each other. But then if we are communicative of that, saying, hey, look, we're bringing in a brother that may not be in the right mind frame, at least we could collectively as a group, you know how to control the energy in the room.
It's just funny because I've been around a long time, you know, and I've been around this guy, man.
40.
I've been around him since 1992, 92, 93. So it's been a long time that he's been a part of my life to help educate me, help be an example and a leader, role model. It's very important to my progression as a man, as a whole. He's assisting me in different walks of life, keeping me balanced. With just a great deal of mentoring that, you know, at its finest and caring and showing concern, being 100% supportive and understanding. And when you're in Chicago, it's difficult to find these resources and these outlets to people that really care genuinely enough to not just accept you, but understand and believe in you and forgive you when you make mistakes and push you. So for me to have been witness to a lot of different individuals and men through the years, I've been around them, like I say, since 92, 93, and my development coming out of grade school and to my young adulthood, where a lot of the things that I've gone through, my community helped raise me. Like, I come from Cabrini Green, man, like, you know, a couple of us, man, but my community, like, really helped raise me. And my mom and dad both used drugs. So my ability to persevere through my circumstances and have an individual like him it's been, man, nothing less of a blessing from God, man, because for me, man, I've lived a life that's been very controversial and very misunderstood, and that's a lot of us that deal with the trauma that we deal with, and we're trying to hold it in and try not to be soft, try not to cry and look pussy, because when you come from a lot of the urban areas in this country, man, you know, people prey on weaknesses, man, and it's really difficult to advance in your communities. If you're soft, man, people will bully you. You know, you have a lot of insecurities and you get chumped out. You know, so I'm not one of those type of individuals, but it's been definitely difficult for me to speak and articulate about a lot of the trauma I've been affected by, a lot of the weaknesses I've had. So I know my time is up.
Yeah.
I was like,
Jesus Christ.
I was trying to give him some pay homage too.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That is funny. Like, somebody give a hint.
I'm over here like, say something. So I was inspired, and that's why I gravitated.
Yeah.
You know, and it was able to unlock something in myself that I've been trying to tap into, and it was that one hangout.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this was all I needed to see.
Yeah.
And boom, wardrobe changed, everything changed, status changed, taste in women changed, like everything. It just, that's how I work. I'm just like a snap the finger dude. Just like, boom.
So I just want to pop in, y'all. I'm not on camera because I just felt like, why would you need me when you have them? But one, I want to highlight the level of joy, right? And so the laughter that they broke into is really rooted in our community, right? And so it's funny that dude on the end was like playing homage, and in my mind, I'm like, Rodney's still here. He's not gone yet, right? But, you know, one thing that I think goes missed often is how much brothers matter to each other, how much sisters matter to each other, the importance of community as a cornerstone of being well, right? So sometimes the answers, as you've just heard, aren't necessarily provided, but it's the safeness of knowing that I could be me in the presence of others and not be judged. So I just wanted to highlight that as an important component, is that, one, they speak to who Rodney has been as one of the pillars of the community and how he's created space for others to show up, for them to then create space for others to show up. And that's what we're really trying to highlight, is one, that mental health matters, but for some people, particularly men, they are not verbal like women. Like women, we kiki, we call each other, we're like, hey girl, we're falling apart. But what's killing communities, particularly men, is that they don't feel they have the safety or the freedom to tell the truth. And so when you create a community like this, while everyone may not know they're having these conversations and they're grounding each other in truth and knowledge and encouragement and pulling each other up, right, calling each other out for nonsense, but at the root of it is an opportunity for folks to have longevity in life, which for some communities, longevity is something that many kids you talk to, particularly young men in Black and brown communities, will say, like, I didn't think I was going to make it to 18, or I didn't think I was going to make it to 20. And now you're looking at, you know, I want to say from like 27, but that might be a gift, up to at least 55, because Rodney already said he's very happily 55 and 57, right? And so, one of the questions that I'm really curious about is, what is the thing that you tell others who are not there yet, who don't feel safe saying, I need help or I'm in trouble? Like what is the thing that you do to try to engage other men, not necessarily in this community, but to remind them that community is here on offer for them?
Barrio got this. I want to get this to Barrio.
So I say, put your guard down. You ain't got to be so tough, you know what I'm saying? It don't make you weak to open up, you know what I'm saying? You can express yourself to your brothers, you know, show love. Like they said a little earlier, between saying love you and love, you know what I'm saying? People think that's weak or soft. Like, man, if I say I love you, it's like, hold on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you talking to your mom or your girl or something, but it's okay to tell your brother, hey, bro, have a good day, man. I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You can open
Just
up
don't
that
look
way.
in their eyes too long.
Right.
It gotta be quick now.
Right. Hey.
Don't reach your hand out. I'm just playing. I'm saying.
So we be like, right.
Yeah, I love that.
It's something funny going around on TikTok, like, hear your homie responds when you call him and say, all right, bro, hey, good night. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, what's wrong with you? Good night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, what's
so as men and as brothers, we don't really have that to be like, it's cool to say certain things and be certain ways without feeling weak, without feeling soft. You know what I'm saying? So I just say, let your guard down, man. It's cool to show love, man. You know what I'm saying? Spread love, be genuine. You know what I'm saying? They don't make you weak. You know what I'm saying? That might make you even a stronger person, a better person, because, you know what I'm saying, you control yourself, control your mind, you know what I'm saying? And you building somebody else up, literally, you know what I'm saying? You give them a way to open up and express themselves and show it's okay, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? No matter what you've been through, you know, so.
Absolutely.
Staying strong and holding on, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I personally feel like I owe it to my people to you know, fight for their mental health as much as I had to fight for myself, right? So because I understand, you know, all of the trauma we actually do go through and still go through, despite where we're at now in the healed space, we still deal with it every single day as Black men. So it's my obligation to pay it forward. But also, I've had one of the best role models to lead me to that road. So thank you to Pops for positioning me to continue to pay it forward, because I know that's what you truly want for us all, right? You know what I'm saying?
What advice would you give somebody though, Sheppy, for like how to do what I'm doing with you all? Like, what would you say? Because there are a lot of brothers who don't have access to this space.
Right.
Right. So what advice would you give?
My advice would be to truly open up, be open to opening up your mind in a different way, and trust in the process, because it will be a process, and understand that it's going to require some real change.
Man, that was beautiful, bro. But my relationship, I feel like I'm the youngest in this group. So I've heard so many different stories and seen so many different lifestyles. But for me, for the advice for newcomers, you have to come with an approach of being humble. Humility is key. That ensures you to understand the role you play in the situation, the role you play in the environment. And in that, you will understand your self-worth. From there, you become your authentic self. So you're able to open up to a different realm and really become an active listener to everybody's story, because we cut from a different cloth, but it's the same type of environment. So we really relate to each other. And in that, you get to understand the power of someone's story to really motivate you or set fire to your experience and your journey. And in that instills safety. And I think that's what's lacking in our piece.
So I'll say what helped me was understanding that it belonged to me. And understanding that it belonged to me allowed me to walk with it. I was able to still walk my path, because it's a journey. We all got our own unique paths that we have to walk. That allowed me to continue to be open to conversations, be open to talk to somebody, pick their brain, etc., trade information. So just understand that it's yours to bear, because we all have been through something. It's yours. You have to walk that path yourself. But in order to find community, you have to be able to walk with the pain. You can't just go in a turtle shell. You still have to. Maybe it hurts to wear a mask, to become a shell and to mimic being happy. You don't have to do that. Just walk with it and understand that this too shall pass. I'm happy today. This too shall pass. I'm bloated today. This too shall pass. This too shall pass.
Yeah.
Being truthful, just being truthful and being willing to grow, and being completely open to faults and accountable, and being honorable and committed to the growth and the development and the time it'll take to get there, and staying consistent in that walk, not hiding, not making excuses and pointing the finger and lying, or just making excuses, man, and being weak. That I'm gonna get down on you. You come around here with that. I'll be honest. But I know everybody else might accept and be forgiving to certain people a little bit more than me. But I've had it rough with this guy, man. I've been through a lot with him, so.
Cut it out.
Cut it out. Look, edit this part.
Listen, what's so interesting, what's so fascinating, the beauty of the space is every one of these brothers got their own journey. And so even as they're speaking, I'm connecting to their own personal stories, so I appreciate the truth. And what Ro is saying is actually true. Ro is one that is a truth teller to a default. And so you can't come in the group and not be your truthful self. You know what I'm saying? And so we're joking about it, but that is who he is. And so it just, for me, it just reminds me that everybody plays their part in the group. Everybody has a responsibility, you know what I'm saying, in the group. And you will, I have tried to bring in particular people, like all the things that we're talking about. I've tried to bring people into the space, and you can instantly feel it. You can instantly feel the isolation. You can instantly feel like, so you may come in with a language that you're used to or a way of acting that you're used to, that we talk about normalization in our neighborhood. But in this space, you're like, no, dog, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? That ain't what we say here. And so people will sometimes find themselves and hold themselves accountable when there is such a force around a community that has been created, and it forces you to look in the mirror. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And like I was telling Ebony earlier, that you may not find it right there and then, but it'll come back. You'll come back, and people will find themselves and realize, like, oh, shit, I met a group of 8, 9, 10 brothers that are dope and so different, and I want to be a part of that. But I recognize that as I've been in this space with these brothers, I've seen my truth, and that truth sometimes can be real ugly. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes you may not see it at this particular moment or point, but when, what I feel like I'm quoting Star Wars, when the force is real, you know what I'm saying? When it's real, you'll come back to it. Go ahead, son.
Man, I feel like everybody hit like on a note already. But I just think when it comes to the group, you just have to just be willing to just release and let go of everything. In a sense, it's a group for a reason. We all have baggage. We all have our personal, issues or whatever it may be to a certain extent. But I still feel like you have to be able to just be open with reality. You get what I'm saying? You can't expect to come in a group and, have a different persona or a different personality for this moment, and then you leave the house and you're someone different. The whole point is to just be yourself so everyone can get somewhat of a sense of who you really are, because nothing will work in your favor if you're not honest. That's what I feel like. So honesty just plays a big part into, who we are and what we try to be, in a sense. So, Tony?
So you guys want to? So I really want to touch on this again when we talk about just going back to the basics of mental health and why is it important in the black man's life, and why are we not talking about it as much and things. And again, I can always go back to what I've seen. If people know our journey, like Rodney, so I'm 2 years older than Rodney. Here's the difference. I was born in a house in Coffeyville, Alabama. The last U.S. census, there was 263 people in this town in Alabama. My very first 6 years was in this town. No running water, outhouse, one generation from slavery, which is crazy. Rodney was also born in Alabama, but 6 months later, he was in Chicago, so he has no recollection of Alabama. Whereas I come up here at 6 years old, and there's water that comes out of faucets. And we like, whoa. Or there's a toilet that flush and not an outhouse. So just imagine the difference between he and I. Yeah. 2 years difference, but a world apart, because he only knew city, even though he was born down there, because he was only 6 months old. Where in contrast, my mom came to the city when I was 6 to 9 months old to get a better life. That's the thing. When I look at mental health, I can always go back to, like, I had great mental health counselors through the VA, and it took going to many to get to those right ones. Mm-hmm. So that's why I say mental health is important, because I don't want you to think it's a silver bullet. I go to this person and Q meets you and we make queen. That's not true. You may have to go to 3, 4, 20 different people to get to the right person that connects with you. In that interlock, like I literally, it took a mental health counselor to get me to understand, like, again, Rod. So my 3 brothers, all of them have my mother's imprint. I don't have an imprint because she was 6 to 9 months later. She was in Chicago. I'm with a wild bunch. Let's just say that. So yeah. So they always say, well, I never would think Rodney was your brother because we knew you and Rodney was on the other end of the spectrum. Yeah, we had different lives. And yeah, so, yeah, exactly. Same way because I know his siblings. So, and I just figured out this young man's life. I'm like, I didn't even know of you, but I know your mother, your father. I babysat your brothers, this, that, and all of that. So the same thing. So mental health, it's real, but again, it's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to let your guard down. It's okay to come from the toughest of the toughest because just like Ro tell you, you know, he knows me. I know him as a young man, and I know of his family, and it's just when you come from different situations, and people to this day will say, so you the guy? We thinking it's this big wolf coming through the door, and so it's you. Yeah.
My mother had a reputation.
I made 2 names famous in Cabrini Green, and nothing to be proud of, but I had to do what I had to do to survive as well. And it just helped when I looked at, you know, my brothers never had to have problems, and they like, oh, that's Top's brother, don't mess with him, or that's Eastwood brother. Who is Eastwood? He's Top's now. Or Eastwood is Top's, or vice versa, and things of that nature. So it's okay, and I know I'm a little long-winded, but I want to say it's okay to let your guard down and just know that there's help within the community. Absolutely.
All right, y'all, so we are coming up on time. I don't even know how long this is, but what I know is that I've learned a bunch from watching this, and it's filled me up. It's filled my, my bucket, because I think so often we're moving so fast that we don't even get time to reflect on the journey. And so it was so beautiful to see these gentlemen reflect on their journey and their community and how they're engaged and the process and what that looks like. So on Hello Kind Soul, there's 2 questions we ask. And so I'm going to ask both the questions, and I'm going to allow you to choose if you answer the first one, but the second one is not a choice. Everyone who's on the podcast answers them, actually the last 2. So the first question is, what does it mean to be a kind soul? And the second question that's really, really important, and I really want to highlight, is there is someone watching this that is struggling. And they're struggling in a way that they're wondering, how do I keep walking forward? And so I'm going to ask each and every one of you gentlemen to look into the camera and give them advice so that they will continue to walk forward. And then we're going to wrap up.
Answer being a kind soul. As I've learned since I've been baptized in 2017, for myself personally, it is to be very forgiving as much as you can and tolerant, patient, because it really allows you to not fault others as much and fault yourself to disposition yourself around people. So, you want to be in good company, you really just got to humble yourself with humility and a great sense of, just knowing where you're going, but knowing how to read the room and treat people with respect.
So to me, what it is to be a kind soul is just giving yourself freely with love and not expecting anything in return. And for the viewers that are watching this and that are, in a tough time right now, one, I completely understand, what you may be going through. I may not know the situation itself, but I've had my fair share of the journey itself, and my advice to you would be to seek out, the necessary help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Seek out therapy, or talk to your best friend or whoever that may be about whatever it is you're going through and find your way out of it.
So what it mean to me to be a kind soul to me is always to give and not look for anything in return. Just like my brother, he knows me. So again, Rodney and I, when I tell you Q and you, he was like, "Hey, bro, what you doing? I'm just checking in on you." I'm good, and blah, blah, blah. I had my doctor's appointment. He says, what we're going to do is something Thursday. I said, okay, I'll put together this. He says, shit, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Like literally just like that. And I was like, yeah, with nothing in return, because he knows cooking is my passion. And if I'm available, I could do it. And we just in that space to where, you know, there's no monetary value of, man, you owe me this and that. Yeah, I got it. We gonna be okay, because I know if I ain't got it, I'm gonna live here. You know, I'm like, so, because when I literally moved back to Chicago, I moved here. I knew this. All my family's here, all my siblings, my mom, but I knew, yeah, I'm gonna live here. This is very easy. So to me, that's just those kind moments of giving, and I tried to give him money and he wouldn't take no rent. Like literally for 4 months wouldn't take not one red cent. So that's kindness to me.
I think empathy and understanding, you have to come with that. Being empathetic towards other people's lifestyle and perspectives, and then also prioritizing your health and understanding of self as well too. But within that, I mean, you have to be a student of life. You don't live and learn later. Learn to live. Be free. We make our life so complex and we don't need to. Don't worry about nobody else shit or what they think about you. You have to be your own, your authentic self. So having that empathetic lifestyle will help you, you know what I'm saying, really understand and relate to other people.
So let's start with you. Let's go around, meaning, like, what advice, looking in the camera, would you give to somebody that is struggling in this moment and in this time?
I mean, me personally, I try to understand the reasons of why I made my life harder than what it was. And a lot of y'all that are struggling, go back and relate to your childhood traumas. See if you can really invest and understand a different perspective so you can, resolve how you show up in these situations, the emotional intelligence or, the misrepresentation or, just being biased. Be open to explore and be that student of life.
To someone who's struggling, I say take it a day at a time. Go back to the drawing board, and those things you thought was losses, change your perception and say, like, you know what? It was a lesson. It was something to gain out of that. You know what I'm saying? And look at it different. And if it was a change of direction, change your path, keep looking up no matter what. As many times you fall, get up again and keep going. The harder the fight get, the win gonna be greater. And when you're going through them dark tunnels, and remember, it's gonna always be some light at the end of that tunnel. So if you're struggling and you're going through a hard time, just stay strong, stay patient, and keep striving. Because one day you will win, guaranteed.
So I would say what worked for me. Walk with it. Don't accept it. Take it. Why not you? Don't say why me. Walk with it. Like you said, there's a lesson to be learned in everything, and that's something I believe in. There's a reason for everything. And have grace. Give yourself grace, and just keep walking. This too shall pass. That's just something I believe in. This too shall pass. It was bad today. It'll get greater later. Yeah. That's just something I believe in. Walk with it, experience it, and learn from it, and keep on trucking. Yeah. That's pretty much it for me.
All right, I said mine earlier.
For those that's struggling, just know that everyone goes through a struggle. Everybody's story is different. Again, I can always reflect back to Rodney and I's story. We were evicted from over there. And because I was a popular kid, I still to this day will get people will say, so when did y'all move from over there? I'm like, do you remember when the Cook County Sheriff moved us? It was a rainy day, and it was just so fortunate it rained that day. So there wasn't a lot of people outside, so a lot of people didn't know. But we were evicted. So those who were struggling, regardless of your lowest of low, because that was absolutely my lowest of low, and we came back from it. And my mom had 4 boys, and all 4 boys became successful, and we're doing well. So regardless of who you are, where you are, whatever dark place, you can always come out of that dark place and do beautiful things.
Yeah. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, in a sense, just keep pushing forward with it. Don't think negatively about, all your mishaps and your shortcomings. I just feel like anytime when you're struggling with anything in life, all it's doing is preparing you and shaping and molding you to become a different version of yourself. So what you really have to do is not be afraid of change for yourself, because just think at it in this perspective. If you're struggling right now, something has to change in order for you to get to a different state, So if you understand just that small piece, then you'll understand that no matter what, I'll keep pushing. Maybe I'll run into someone that'll help me change my perspective on whatever a certain particular point of your life, whatever it may be. Like, you meet people along the way, as long as you never stop. Just don't quit, basically. Once you quit, it's over. You can't do nothing about that. So, yeah, just keep going, keep pushing.
I think the last thing that I will say, advice that I would give is, listening to all these brothers, one, feel it. It's okay. Sit in it. It's real. And be present with it. 2, hold yourself accountable. It's easier to blame others. The hardest thing to do is to look in the mirror and recognize what your role is in it. And 3, find spaces of inspiration and hope, because you can't do this. You cannot take this journey by yourself. You can't do it alone. And the last thing, the 4th thing I'll say, is have clarity around your ask. So communities like this are designed to support and help people. So if you're going through some shit, say you're going through it, and ask for what you need when you find spaces like this. So be clear about your ask. Oh, look, we on a flow. You finna mess up the whole flow. Ro finna mess up the flow. So that was the last thing, Ro. We ended on this. Jesus Christ.
Man, y'all. All right, y'all, listen. There's a phrase that comes to mind, 2 things, and just listening and kind of sitting in what these gentlemen have said. And the first thing is, look how far we've come. Yeah. And it's been a pleasure. It's been humbling to sit in the room with amazing Black men who were honest, who are willing to be vulnerable with you as a community to help you grow and to see yourself in them in whatever ways show up for you. And most importantly, to know that who you were yesterday doesn't have to be who you are tomorrow. That's a choice. But in between that choice is an amazing opportunity to sit and think about the possibility on offer. And so I hope all of you watching this today take away this amazing opportunity to seek community, create community, be community to each other. And the other thought that came up that kind of make me chuckle, and the term is Black boy joy, and I won't say that term because these are grown men, but it's just like Black men joy, which I think so often after boyhood we lose it. And so to sit here and while you've been super serious, also finding the space to find joy in your manhood and in your brotherhood has been very light for me and a blessing to have. So as always, y'all, I hope you have an amazing day. This was free game, y'all. It's on YouTube. Like, you don't even have to pay for this. So get your notebook out. I hope you took some notes. And most importantly, don't allow someone to take your J out your joy, and continue to raise the vibration of kindness on a global scale with community, connection, and compassion. Peace.